Our next question is, why is Chan so certain Malia is his soulmate? Shouldn't the buildup of a relationship determine that? Yeah. I mean, naturally, yeah, but in Rose City, of course, Chan and he's having these dreams, and now he has this prophecy to back up his dream. So I think that's for that reason alone is why he's so gung ho that that's his soulmate. And I don't think he might be if he wasn't having the dreams or receiving this prophecy. I think he would build naturally as one would to get to know somebody. And he's still probably gonna put up some cameras and stuff, but it would be a slower mental build as far as the dreams and stuff go. So
That's what
Alicia?
I was. That's what I. He's certain because he got surveillance on her, make sure she's everything he want her to be. But no, I think he's certain. Because it doesn't. The book didn't say just yet. But the lady has said his dreams would stop when he would meet her, and he hasn't talked about, or there hasn't been any description of another dream happening since their encounter at the club. So just like with the prophecy, like it was confirmation for him. He's probably had this minute, moment where he's like, "Oh wait, I haven't had that dream about her. This must be the one." Um, and just the way he feels, the way he's fantasizing about her, his slightly, in my opinion, unhealthy obsession with her, where he's daydreaming during the day about just laying and being with her, and not instantly, but it's like he's not even like he was so hurt by his ex, and as soon as the thought of her, like in the book it says something about he was trying to find a place of peace without her, like he can't even imagine her already just not even being a part of his
Right,
life. So I
right.
think the prophecy more or less confirmed it, but I guess he, when he met her, he stopped having these dreams, and he's probably in the dreams he couldn't see her, like her face, but somehow he knew it was her.
Right,
And the dreams like stopped, and he's able, instead of dreaming about some fantasy woman, now he's dreaming about Malia.
right.
So I think that's why I think it's because of the prophecy that confirmed him. I mean, confirmed it for him. Um, that he's certain about her being his soulmate.
I totally agree. I definitely think that Chan is fully invested at this point. He's had these dreams, and part of the book talked about he kind of thought it was nightmares. He kind of was starting to think that maybe he was being haunted. And I'm always saying this, like, could you imagine, being homeless and dreaming every night that you live in a high rise and you're a multi-billionaire? You know what I mean? At first, like the first dream, like, wow, that was a really cool dream. But if you had that dream every night, like, okay, I was in the boardroom today, we was closing deals, and I'm about to go fly out to Tokyo, like for another business meeting, it would start to feel like, why am I dreaming about something I can't have? Like it would start to feel like I'm almost being taunted by the very thing that I can't have, but I can't control these dreams. And so I think that he really felt kind of like the dreams are nice, but where is it going? Every night, I'm not a person who dreams. I don't go to bed at nighttime like I had a really wonderful dream that the birds were chirping. I've never had those traditional dreams. My dreams have always been a message. Even when I was a little girl, I would have the only time I would dream is when there was some kind of a message or something that I felt like I needed to know. And I remember my dad asked me, he says, what did you dream about last night? I said, I don't dream. He said, so when you go to bed, what happens? I said, everything goes black. And then I wake up. It's almost like when you get put under anesthesia, everything goes black and then you just wake back up. There's nothing in between. So that's really weird. Most people have a dream every night. It's like, well, maybe you just don't remember. And I started to even know, even as a teenager, but there was something different about me not dreaming. And when I did dream, I took particular notice to the dreams because there was always a message. It was always something, either this is what's to come. Sometimes I would see people who were going to pass away, or how things were getting ready to transition in this department, or this person really doesn't like you, watch your back, you're about to get stabbed in it, or this person really does have your back. Like, dreams were always a message. And so when I do dream, I take particular notice of them because I don't have them very often. But I think for Chan, he was definitely invested. These dreams were a confusing thing. It was happiness, but there was also some fear. And so when this woman told him that his dreams weren't actually dreams, but it was like an alternate realm in reality he escapes to, I think it was scary, but I think it was also confirmation. Like we were talking about, prophecy should always be a confirmation of what God has already told you. I had somebody sit in my face and tell me, well, God said for you to go sell your house and move to Texas. No, he didn't, sis. He didn't. He didn't. Well, I'm telling you right now, you going. I said, God didn't tell me that. And I walked off. There were other people who sold their homes and moved to Texas, and they had to move back because the prophecy didn't work out. This was some Jim Jones type of stuff. No, it wasn't Jim Jones. What's that man's name? Was it Jim Jones from Jonestown? It was Jim Jones, right?
It was Jim Jones.
I was thinking about the rapper too, Dipset. I'm like, it's kind of weird that he has that name, Jim Jones. But yeah,
Oh snap!
yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
So
yeah, the white Jim Jones.
yeah,
Yeah, he had
Jonestown.
Jonestown. Mhm.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. And sad to say, I there was something that was kind of similar happening to that. Maybe not to the degree where people were being killed, but yeah. So, anyways, we're not going to go there. But basically, prophecy should be something where it's confirmed. God should be dealing with you about something. God should be, talking to you, and you should be in prayer over that thing. It shouldn't be somebody giving you information that's brand new. That woman didn't tell him something that he had never heard before, or he would have been like, what are you talking about? It was something that he already felt. There was a connection. And usually in relationships, there is a gradual build of this feeling of like, is this the person the one? Is this person not the one? There's something there that will determine that. These dreams have almost expedited these feelings. And you see it even with Malia being super forward with Chan and feeling this familiarity. And it's like, why are you just ready to just give this man all of your goods on the first night? Because deep down on the inside, there's already a connection that has happened. I already know you. I know you on a spiritual level. You know what I mean? I may not know you like physically in this realm, but I know you somewhere else. So there's this level of just like, I'm comfortable already with you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's what's happening. I think the dreams have expedited certain feelings and emotions where he's fully invested. Alicia, the next question is yours.
I had to Google Jim Jones just because it's random. And because I'm like, why does he go by Jim Jones?
Right.
Just like
Like, I
the
hope that's his
Rockefeller
government name.
thing. We
Right.
found out there was a John Rockefeller, and then blah blah blah, and they saw them. Anywho's, his first name is Joseph, and he went by Jim as a child.
Jimmy is what Chrissy likes to call him.
Jim boy,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Okay, so sorry, it's just that's me. I hear something, and then I'm like, why? And then I Google it. Okay. The next question is the old woman's warning about Malia turning bad mean there is a possibility for Malia to accept Chan's crime boss lifestyle and support him? No, I don't think that's what she meant. I think what she meant is if you hurt this one, if you mess her, she's going to love you with all her heart. And if you betray her, or you mess this one up, it's going to break her. It's going to by her turning bad, I don't know if it'll turn her bad, but some people, that might be the one, especially after dealing with Mike, and then Mike after dealing with Mike, and she still ain't even 100% over that, and then she throws herself into Chan, and then to find out, I think she's already going to be she's gonna find out about all this, and she will be traumatized. Not
Hi,
traumatized,
Yara.
upset. You know, she's already going. Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Yara. You on
pretty
TV,
girl,
girl. You on TV. You gonna be an
looking like
actress.
your mama.
Yeah. I know that's right,
Okay.
baby. Oh yeah. All of that. Give aunties all of it. Yes. Hi,
Mm-hmm.
Isaac. Hi.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, he said
Real.
there's more. Little litters are coming in. The litter.
The littles. Um,
Hi,
there's another one.
Abby.
Here we go.
Hi. Hi. He's
He's
like, I just
like,
want
I
to
ain't
take his
saying
coat off
nothing to
and
y'all.
go.
Yeah, he just looked at us and then walked off.
Yeah, he did.
I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. Didn't mean to disturb your afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying? Oh, but basically, I think what she meant by turning bad is like that might be the last. That might be Malia's last. What do you
Right.
say? Last straw, so to
Yeah.
speak. She's not fully over Mike. Well, I guess she is, but not like, she's still thinking and she still kind of second guesses herself with Mike. So I think she's going to throw herself into Chan 100%, and then if that doesn't turn out, like if he ends up hurting her, that'll be the last straw for her. And yeah, in that sense, I still wouldn't call that bad. I would just say she'll probably be operating from a place of hurt. She'll become jaded. Um, that's what I think. I don't think she'll be like bad and like be in there packing bricks for the triads. I don't think that. No.
Is that all they do, Alicia?
That's all
Pack
they
bricks?
do. They just pack bricks. Pack bricks and beat up daddies. That's what they do. They're gonna lock you in a garage somewhere, and while they packing bricks back there, you getting the
That's
mess
all
beat
you
out of you.
doing,
You're
okay?
gonna get hung from chains.
That is so
That's
funny.
it. I don't know what it is about packing bricks. Lord Jesus. Okay.
All they do is pack bricks.
It's pack
Packing bread
bricks. That's all I can
and
think
beat
of.
up daddies.
I don't think they're gonna have her doing nothing else. They ain't gonna have her running nobody down. Um I don't know what triads do. I'm not hip to that life. I don't
He said,
know.
I'm new to this.
So if it involves drugs, that's all I picture is people packing bricks. I don't know. I guess I
Well, like, let
watched.
me be on the business side of things. Maybe like a little bit of cash and accounting and making sure everything is like where it's supposed to be.
See,
I don't want. I don't want to mess with
my
no
brain
powder.
didn't even go there. I'm thinking some dirty room with a whole bunch of powder and people are packing.
Mm-mm.
God help me.
Mm-mm.
So that's what I mean by bet. She might become jaded if he was to mess this
Mess this
relationship
up.
up. Yeah, or hurt her in any type of way. I don't think she'll. I honestly think when she
You don't think
finds
you're gonna
out,
start packing a 45, huh?
I mean, she might have to once she finds out what's going on. Oh man, now I gotta stay strapped. I gotta watch my back. I gotta watch all. Yeah, she might have to. I don't think she'll necessarily, like I said, I think when she does find out, it's not if, but when she finds out
Right.
about his lifestyle, um, that she will probably draw a line. Hey, it's either me or this or whatever.
She gonna hold a prayer meeting. We gonna rebuke that
A
demon off of
whole
you in
prayer
the name of
meeting
Jesus.
until she
I'm
find
gonna
out that
loose
he
this
beat her
man.
dad up, and because there's still the whole reason, not the reason they met, but I mean he beat her dad within an inch of his life, and then told the dad, no, you're gonna bring her to me and she's gonna love me or I'm gonna kill you both. There's that whole that
That's
part right
sweet.
there. Yeah. She has to find all this out at some point. Then it's like, God, did you love me or what? What?
Monica, you said that's sweet.
Yeah. The sweet, loving beating of her
Yeah.
father and the threat of,
You know what was
ending
nice
her life
though?
if she doesn't love him.
You know what was nice is when he told her, when he told the dad, don't worry about paying back the debt now. You know,
Right.
that was nice.
You're worth
Okay.
that much. That was really
Unless Malia doesn't love him, you know.
True. We're gonna have some problems.
right.
Then the debt's back on, and I'm taking your life and hers too. Like Jesus, sir.
Oh my God.
I'd rather owe you money. You talking about my life and my child's life? Just let's get on a payment plan. Screw that.
You're on a
Right.
payment plan.
A payment plan.
That is so
Mm-mm.
crazy.
Paying for.
Pay.
Well, I I feel two ways about it. I 100% agree with Elysia. And then the other Gemini side 100% wants Malia to go bad. Like, I just want to see that, see what that looks like, explore it with her, So I'm staying open to the possibilities, but I just think it's an amazing adventure when I just think about Malia being in there working somebody over next to her man. It's like, yeah, get him, girl. And then going and giving daddy a couple more licks too, because of what he did, and then going seeing how Mike is doing today, It's like, everybody that can wrong me, Erica, get your shoes ready because
Might
coming to
need
you
it.
too, like,
Yes.
and getting a little payback, So I don't know. Malia deserves to turn bad a little bit and just let it out, just get it out of her system, and then she can go back. I don't know, but
She's
we'll
gonna go
see.
to
I agree
jail.
with you. Don't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I fully agree with both of you guys. I really don't have anything extra to add on to that, but I agree with both of y'all completely on that question. I think you guys both did a great job of like summing up that question from like different perspectives. I love it. I don't even want to touch it. We can go to the next question. Oh, was it mine? No, you guys really did do a fabulous job. I was like, okay, I like that. Okay. Next question. The next question is mine. And it says, will we see more of the old woman? I want to know what else she knows. Ooh, snaps. I think only time will tell. She seems like the type of person to me that when a person is having a hard time in their lives, they go to like the old woman or they go to the wise woman or they go to that, I don't know, that mystifying person or that shaman or whoever. People just do that type of thing, right? That's like a person. She seems to me like the type of person in the midst of a crisis or great transitionary period. Maybe Chan would go back to her now that he knows that she has these gifts because his father apparently knows that this woman has these gifts and he calls her crazy. But a lot of times people are called crazy. My great grandfather used to make, he I wouldn't say he made predictions. Well, I guess it was, but he wasn't trying. He would just talk. And so my great aunt, she would tell me stories about how her father, like on hot summer nights in Alabama, he would have all the kids come out there on the front porch and they would just chill and he would talk to them and he would tell them like, one of these days people are going to start flying into space and they would just laugh because they were like, Dad, like you're so crazy. Like it was the 1940s. And he was telling them like, no, one day men are going to build planes and ships or whatever devices, and they're going to go to the moon and they're going to be up there in the galaxies and they're going to be able to see things. And they were just like, it was unheard of. He would just say these things and they would say, it wasn't until after he died, all these things, he died like in like 1951 or whatever. But the stuff that he was saying to them, it came to pass later on as they grew up and they were grown. And he would say that. They would say sometimes he would be in the living room and they would think, oh, he's like reading a book or listening to the radio. And he would just say, oh yeah, this is going to happen. Da, 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 da. And they would say, well, like, where'd you get that information from? And he would just say, I just know. So he was a person who he wasn't like, I got it from God or, like he just knew certain things and he would just talk about it casually. Like, he would tell them, one day, he would explain the importance of like education to his kids. He'd say, stay in school and get educated because one day they're going to make you have a high school diploma just so you can scrub a toilet. And they were like, "Oh, you don't have to go to school for because in those times, you know, you didn't have to have an education to be a domestic worker. You could just show up if you knew how to clean, if you knew how to, like they say, the mending of the clothes. That's so old school. You know how to mend some clothes, sew some things. So like my Aunt Kate, if you knew how to take care of children, those were skills that you just possessed. You didn't need a college degree. But my great grandfather was telling them, his name is Jerry Dorman. He was telling his family, no, one of these days for you to even be able to clean a house, people are going to want you to have education and degrees. And they just thought that was the craziest thing. And we see that nowadays. Like a lot of people, if you're looking at getting a nanny or you want to know, like, well, so where'd you study at? Where'd you get your certification? Where is your credentials? You want to make sure that this person knows what it means to be able to take care of your children or even be in your house. You don't want somebody just up here telling us, well, I'm a chef by night, and a dancer by day. No, thank you. Where did you train at? So I would love to see more of the older lady and what she has to say, because I think that those kinds of people are very valuable to us.
Yeah, I love, love, love this character. I really love spiritual people, especially spiritual people that are well balanced, I'll say, and just are not all over the place with the things that they say. Every time they feel the wind blow, they done got a new message from the Lord. Not those kind of spiritual people, but it when it comes from a healthy place, and then the balance of it. And I think this lady does, and she seems to be right on point with the things that she's saying to Chan. And so, like Corenna said earlier, when something resonates with what you heard, it's not you're learning new information. It's a confirmation of what you already know, and the spirit is confirming it through, someone else, So I really like it. I love it. And me and Corenna, we have a symbiotic relationship with that. We'll feel the same things. We'll call each other and be like, I was thinking that too. Or, I was going to tell you that. And, and we ping off of each other and we confirm things, or, unconfirm them, or, we just discuss spiritually what that looks like. If we were to explore this way or that way or whatever, kind of flip it around, see how it looks, see how it feels. And, if we still aren't sure, we're just going to let it sit a little bit longer, So I really appreciate, having that symbiotic spiritual relationship, with her, as well, as much as we can be in the physical and be silly and act crazy and laugh and joke and, all that too. But yeah, I really, really hope we do see more of this older lady, and I definitely want to know what else she knows and go from there.
Well said. Alicia?
I'm on the same energy about I want to know what else she knows. She works at the store, right?
Yeah, her
That
and her
the
husband own the
that they're
store.
protecting. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I think there's definitely a chance or opportunity that she can become a character later on, especially once what she prophesied is confirmed. Then she might even become somebody Chan runs to for advice, or even the father. And so yeah, there's definitely potential for her to become a character later on in the story.
Most definitely.
Hmm.
All right, all right. Our next question is, will Chan's seriousness about building a life with Malia be a problem for Russell in the future? I don't know. I could see that happening if Chan starts, spending too much time with Malia, doing too much, maybe talking about her a little bit too much, and Russell wants him to focus on something else, or Russell has a little hottie he wants Chan to meet, and Chan's like, no, I'm good, it might be irritating, when your boy wants to hook you up with somebody, or and you're like, no, I'm not doing that no more.
Need a little wingman.
Yeah, so I could see that happening potentially, but they're a little bit older now, so I don't know, you know.
Come on, Chantelli. What you got for me?
Um, I think it. I think it. It can be. I'm not gonna say, well, I was gonna say yeah, definitely, but it can, it can be for two reasons. One, if I told you I'm on the fence about Russell, but if what Russell say is true, once he sees this beautiful, black woman with the banging body, the type of women he say he f with heavy, um being that he can't have her and Chan has her, there might be like a little bit of jealousy there. Um and he might try to, cause problems for them too, like kind of what Kyrie said, trying to introduce Chan to other women. He might try to get at Malia at some point. I guess, and that's his brother. It seems like they seem to be, even though they're polar opposites, they seem to be really close. And so, just the whole him Chan being serious about settling down and building a life with Malia, that can cause, basically a little bit of jealousy. I could see not it really affecting Russell's life, but Russell being like, hey, that's my brother. I know, without telling too much of my business or putting my family's business, out there.
Girl, put it
But
out there. Go ahead.
when my oldest brother got married, the other brother, he didn't have a real, big issue. I'm trying to think of what not to say and what to say. But
Sometimes
basically,
it's feeling like
I
somebody's taking a sibling.
you're taking them
Yeah.
away. Yeah, sort of
Yeah.
like, how certain parents can be.
Right.
Um, or even a child of a single mom, they'd be worried about mom dating somebody, and it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
where do I
Oh, I
stand now?
fit in.
If
Mm-hmm.
this person is so important now, and I
Right.
mean, this isn't just a new friend or a new business opportunity. This is somebody
Mm-hmm.
he's building a life with. Like, this is going to be there's going to be an adjustment. Eventually they'll have kids, they'll have, and then that leaves Russell where he's like, man, maybe I should have settled down, or where do I stand with with Chan? Is he? I hope he don't forget about me and our relationship. And so, yeah, it can be a problem, or it could be the other way around. He could be the world's favorite uncle and support every single, support Shan 100%, and, be there for both Shan and Malia, supporting them as a couple. So it could go either way. Um, but it can be a problem.
Definitely. And I love exactly what you were saying because I remember, I think I've done this to both of you guys multiple times. When you had your baby, and Curie, I don't think I did it. I don't think I did it like the first few times. Like you had. I think it was more like the last two for you, Curie. I was like, you're having another baby. Like I was so upset. What about Hot Girl Summer? What about girl trips? Like, no. So yeah, I had like a hissy fit because I was like, you're gonna have what? I was just, yeah, I was pretty upset, whatever, a little bit, right? And so when Alicia had her first child, I was like,
Woo!
even though I love my nephew, I was just, it does kind of feel like this person in your life now takes you away a little bit, but that's normal. Like that's normal to have families. It's normal to have kids. It's normal to expand your surroundings. And sometimes even with like the Russells of the world, if your brother is getting married, it puts that pressure on you to feel like, well, maybe it's time for me to start looking at settling down. Maybe it's time that I get a little bit more serious, and because he's already like the favorite son anyway. So like, be like your brother, settle down a little bit. So yeah, I definitely feel like it can cause problems in the future on that level. Maybe not so much like I hate Malia, but I just feel like this person in your life is now taking away time and energy. Like I'm not the most important thing to you. And that takes time to like get to that balance when you recognize that like this person has other people now that they have to think about, and I'm not going to be like at the forefront of everything that you are thinking of or answering your calls or text messages right away because now I have energy going into other places. And then when I'm not putting it on them, like, I'm trying to like make sure that I'm mentally alert and sound. You know what I mean? So I definitely see where it can cause some issues. Hopefully it won't cause too big of an issue, because at the end of the day, when you really love somebody, you should want them to be happy. And so I love my nieces and nephews now, but yeah, I was kind of like, these people, these new folks showing up and taking up all the time, you know,
And
and
you
I'm going to
told
say this.
both of us not to get pregnant again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're not happy.
We made kind of like a sister pact here. I think it was like after 2019 that it was like, we need to agree now and now that nobody else is getting pregnant. We are done with the babies, ladies, because we are entering into a phase in our lives where we are going to be traveling and doing stuff. Like, I can't keep having, well, I got the baby and the baby's so new. And, you know, I don't care. I told Alicia, I told Karen, I'm leaving. I'm going back to you.
The baby's so new.
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm going without y'all. Like I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so done. I was like, we have had to push things back, and then COVID happened and shut everything down. And I was like, okay, better not have no baby, but that better be done. So I thank my girls for, you know, nobody's gotten pregnant. Like we all done. I'm just ready for us to get out there and start living. Like, you know, me and T had a lovely time in Miami last week. We were there for the whole week. But you know what? If I would have been with my girls, you know, it would have just been extra special. So we're gonna start doing
up. We would have turned up for sure.
You know what I mean? I'm ready for it.
I had to drag my belly last time. I couldn't.
Yeah, because she was pregnant. She was a super trooper.
She did have a belly. Yeah.
You was a super trooper, baby. We was all in San Francisco at Fisherman's Wharf. You was in. And that old black man dog.
About that, Monica, you were very pregnant. We were just sitting there walking the pier. Just that was a long walk.
Girl, we was cute though. You couldn't tell us nothing.
She didn't complain or nothing. I would have been like,
yeah,
y'all need somebody find me a wheelchair. Yeah. I ain't doing this.
Yeah, like, me and you, we would have been debilitated. It would have been a mess.
It would have been.
Kyrie didn't let that baby stop her. Honey, between the heat and being hungry constantly and fat legs, I would have been like, no, I'm going back somewhere else. But yeah, we were there all day. We were there for like 8 hours. It was ridiculous. Yeah. The whole day. She didn't
complain not once. Good for you. I'm sorry for noticing that 5 years later. But yeah. Good for you, Monica.
That one old man, he wanted him some Alicia, honey. Remember that one old black guy with the cowboy hat? You remember him? He was like, what was he like, in some silver outfit or something? He was like, you.
Was that at Olive Garden?
No, that was at Fisherman's Wharf. That was in San Francisco.